Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to give you kind of a look at what discs I'm going to be throwing for disc golf here in 2022, and I wanted to share my thoughts. And there are other discs that I do enjoy using, but I'll kind of focus on these 6 today, and I'll go from order, the slowest I'm throwing to the fastest, and we're going to start with the Innova AVR. The Innova AVR is my favorite putt and approach disc. It's one that I've probably thrown the most as far as putting, and I really do enjoy how stable it is for putting. So when you throw it, when you're putting with it, it's not going to have too much fade to the left. I do really enjoy that, especially for tailwind putting. Right now I'm mostly doing a spush putt, maybe a little bit more push. So I don't have the most spin on the disc, and so for tailwinds, the AVR works wonders. And even for a little bit of headwind, you can make a little bit of an adjustment, and it'll work fine. I also really enjoy it for putter throwing. As long as you put some hyzer on the disc and there's not a big headwind, it's going to fly great. And I use it in DX plastic, and it works well for me. I think DX plastic is a really solid choice, and I recommend. All right, now looking at the mid-range that I throw most often, my go-to mid-range is the Innova Rock 3. I've been throwing this disc for probably several months, a good little while. I use that in DX plastic, and I didn't mention the weight. I use a max weight on the AVR. This disc I have a little bit lighter. It's like about 168 grams. I think that's fine. This disc is a little bit beat up. It's also an F2 factory second. So comparing it to some other rocks that I've thrown, I think it's a bit less overstable, so it's going to fly a little straighter, but still got good fade, so it's a good fading disc for headwinds. It's a pretty fast disc, fast enough mid-range. It's not going to be super fast, but I think it does the job well. It's predictable. I know where this disc is going to fly, and definitely recommend the Rock 3 for a mid-range. Next, on discs, I have the Innova Star Road Runner. Really enjoy this disc. I have it in 163 grams, a little bit lighter. I've never really experienced an issue with that weight, though. I like the Star plastic. That's my favorite plastic right now. I think the grip on it is really nice. It feels really good. And so the Roadrunner, it's a disc that's a little bit more understable. So when you throw it at your fastest speed, or as fast as you can, when I throw it as fast as I can, it cuts a little bit to the right, but I can't throw that fast, that far. So it still fades, or it turns right, but it still fades left. Really like the Roadrunner for rollers. It's my favorite roller disc. I really enjoy backhand rollers. And also enjoy the Roadrunner for, if there's a tailwind and I just kind of want something that'll maybe, cut a little bit right. Definitely enjoy the Roadrunner. All right, next disc I got is the Discraft Undertaker. I have an ESP plastic. I very much enjoy that plastic. I think it's solid. I have it in a 170 or so grams, and it's a more understable driver. The flight numbers on it make it seem a little bit more stable. Perhaps the one I got was just a little bit more overstable. I like that, though. I like that it fights headwind. So whenever there's a headwind and I don't want to use my fastest disc, I just want something more overstable, definitely recommend the Undertaker. Super solid disc. I got a chip on it from when I threw and hit basket from the fairway. Sadly, it didn't go in, gave me a good chip, but it's held up well past couple months. Definitely recommend this disc. And I got the Innova Destroyer. I got it in Star Plastic. I really enjoy this disc. It's pretty overstable. It fights headwinds. I love that. And even for tailwinds, I feel comfortable throwing it. I just got to throw it kind of aiming to my right so that it yeah, so that it comes back to the left and doesn't go too far to the left because it's pretty overstable. I'm a right-hand backhand thrower, so it's pretty overstable, so I want to throw it to my right a lot. It's good for sidearms. I really enjoy throwing forehands with this disc. And yeah, I've had it in my bag for pretty much since I started really trying to improve in disc golf. And last but not least, I'm going with the Discraft Nuke SS. I actually got pretty fortunate. I found this disc on a local course, had a number. I contacted the previous owner, and he said, hey, I don't need it, you keep it. So I appreciate that because I've really enjoyed this disc. I have it in ESP plastic. It's, I think, close to maximum weight. Thanks for watching. This is what I'm throwing in the bag 2022. Some honorable mentions. I really have enjoyed throwing the Mako 3.